Hello class, welcome to SciChem. Here we are another session of surface chemistry, that is lecture 4. Today we are going to discuss about enzyme catalysis. In the previous class we have discussed about catalysis and safe selective catalysis such as zeolites. Now we are going to discuss about enzyme catalysis. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are enzymes are biochemical catalyst. Enzymes are biochemical catalyst which catalyzes biological reaction. So enzymes are biochemical catalyst which catalyzes biochemical reaction. Since all biological reactions are catalyzed by special catalyst are called enzymes, and these are chemically all enzymes are globular proteins. Another point, all enzymes are globular proteins means contain proteinous, and these are of high molecular mass, is up to 10,000 to 10 lakh per. So enzymes are biochemical catalyst. So here what are enzymes? Again, enzymes are complex nitrogenous compound which are produced by plant and animals. They are proteins molecules of high molecular mass and form colloidal solution with water. Important, they will form colloidal solution with water. They are effective catalyst. They catalyze many reactions which occur in the bodies of animal and plants to maintain life process. Thus enzymes are called biochemical catalyst and the phenomenon is called biochemical catalysis. The phenomenon is biochemical catalysis. Then come to next part, enzyme catalyzed reaction. There are various reactions which can be catalyzed by the enzymes, such as inversion of cane sugar. Inversion of cane sugar means we have C12H22O11. If we hydrolyze it is sucrose. In presence of invertage it will give C612O6 plus C612O6. So sucrose will break off into, one is glucose, another is fructose in presence of enzyme invertage. So this is called inversion of cane sugar. And next is conversion of glucose into ethyl alcohol. Here Zymeage enzyme is responsible. Zymeage enzyme converts glucose into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Next is conversion of starch into maltose. So diastase is the enzyme which convert starch into maltose. Next, conversion of maltose into glucose. Maltase enzyme converts maltose into glucose. Next, it is very important, decomposition of urea into ammonia and carbon dioxide. Here NH2 CO NH2 undergo hydrolysis in presence of enzyme urease to give ammonia carbon dioxide. So the urea undergoes hydrolysis to form ammonia and carbon dioxide in presence of enzyme urease. And in stomach And intestine, in stomach, pepsin enzyme converts proteins to peptides. Pepsin enzymes convert protein molecular, large molecular compounds, macromolecules. These are macromolecules, and these macromolecules can be break into peptides, small molecules, in presence of enzyme. Similarly, in the intestine, pancreatic trypsin converts proteins to amino acid by hydrolysis. Another example is there, conversion of milk into curd. Milk into curd is due to lactobacilli enzyme. Lactobacilli enzyme present in the curd helps to convert milk to curd. Next is, what are the characteristics of characteristics of enzymes? And enzymes are highly efficient. Highly efficient means one molecule of enzyme may transform 1 million reactant molecule per minute. That means one molecule enzyme can react with 1 million, means 10 to the power 6 molecule. This represents the efficient of enzymes. So enzymes are highly efficient. As we can easily explain why enzymes are highly efficient. Amide bonds are highly stable, and we cannot break amide bond simply by heating. But these amide form protein or body we easily broke by in. So trypsin enzyme is one molecule that will react with 10 to the power 6 molecule or 1 million molecules of proteins. So enzymes are highly efficient. Next, enzymes are highly specific in nature. Enzyme catalysts are highly specific. Why highly specific? Let us consider NH2CO NH2 plus H2O gives rise to 2NH3 plus CO2. This is hydrolysis of ammonia in presence of urease enzyme. But CH3NH2 plus H2O that means only a particular type of enzyme will react with a particular type of reactant molecule. That is, here urea molecule, urea molecule, that is NH2CO NH2, is hydrolyzed in presence of urease enzyme to form ammonia and carbon dioxide. If I take N-methyl urea in presence of urease, there will be no reaction. So enzymes are highly specific in nature. Only a particular type of enzyme will react with a particular type of reactant. Urease enzyme catalyzes the hydrolysis of urea only and not the hydrolysis of any other amide. Similarly, high active at optimum temperature. The temperature at which the rate of enzyme catalyzed reaction is maximum is called optimum temperature. The temperature at which the rate of enzyme catalyzed reaction is maximum is called optimum temperature. On either side this temperature, enzyme activity decreases. That means if this is the optimum temperature, if I move this side or this side, the activity of enzyme decreases. Example, human body temperature is 310 K is suitable for enzyme catalyzed reaction. Similarly, highly active at optimum pH, the rate of enzyme catalyzed reaction is maximum at a particular pH is called optimum pH, and activity increases in presence of activators and coenzymes such as the enzyme activity increases considerably in the presence of certain other substance called coenzymes. For example, when a certain non-protein vitamin is present along with enzyme, catalytic activity is enhanced. Influence of inhibitor and poisons. Like ordinary catalyst, enzymes are also inhibited by the presence of certain substance, inhibitor or poisons. These substances interact with the active functional group on the surface of enzyme, usually reduces or completely destroy the catalytic activity of the enzymes. Like many of the drugs we use is related to the action as enzyme inhibitor in our body. Next part is mechanism of enzyme catalysis. Enzyme catalyzed reaction usually proceed in two steps. First step is binding of enzyme to the substrate to form an activated complex. That is, let us consider this is our enzyme. It will bind up with substrate to form a activated complex, that is enzyme substrate activated complex. So enzyme and substrate, enzyme substrate means reactant molecule, they will combine to form activated enzyme substrate complex. In the second step, decomposition of activated complex. Decomposition, here our activated complex will decompose to enzyme plus product. Enzyme plus product, second step. So E plus S gives rise to ES star and ES star gives rise to E plus P. Or in another word, I can say the mechanism is step 1, E plus S gives rise to ES. This is fast and reversible. First step is fast and reversible. That means formation of enzyme substrate complex, which is our enzyme substrate complex. In second step, enzyme substrate complex dissociate to form EP. That means it is called enzyme product association. After the enzyme product association, enzyme will diffuse and product releases. This is slow step and it is the RDS. Second step is the RDS. So first step is the formation of enzyme substrate complex, which is fast and reversible nature, and second step is the dissociation of enzyme substrate complex to form the products, which is slow and that is the rate determining step. And the mechanism of enzyme substrate complex can be easily explained on the basis of lock and key mechanism. Like a particular lock require a particular key. Similarly, a particular enzyme will react with a particular substrate. So there are many cavities present on the surface of enzymes. Cavities means these are the cavities. These are the cavities. So these are the cavity which are present on the surface of enzyme. This is enzyme. A particular enzyme will react with particular substrate. This is our substrate, and they are going to combine form like this. This is the enzyme, this is the substrate. They are going to form a reversible reaction, that is enzyme substrate complex. In this enzyme substrate complex will give enzyme and product will be formed. This is all the mechanisms involved in lock and key model. Here these are the cavities. These are the cavity which contain active functional group. These are the cavity which contains active. These cavities have a characteristic shape and active groups like NH2, COH, SH, OH. These are actually the active centers on the surface of the enzymes. The reactant molecules which have a complementary shape can fit into this cavity a lot like key fitting in a lock. Due to the activate centers present in an activated complex, also called enzyme substrate complex. So these are all basic things about the enzyme substrate complex and enzyme catalysis. Please refer any of the +2 book. So these are the all theories. Thanks for watching. Thanking you.